Come back. I know I said we are done with Code Combat, but now when we repeated everything, when everything makes sense and it's clear, it would be such a shame if we didn't try and solve at least one more level ourselves so that we can use all this valuable knowledge that we got, all these things that we repeated about functions, all the things that we already know about arrays and variables and objects. So go ahead, pick one more, and try to solve it yourself, but really, really, really try hard. And you will see you can do it alone. So pick one, solve it, and then I promise we are finished with Code Combat and we move on. So go, go, go. You can do it. Okay, so let us see how we approached this level. It wasn't that difficult, but we followed the same recipe. So first we made the structure, the plan, the strategy. How will we solve it? So we search for the enemies and we search for the items. If it's possible, we summon the soldiers and then we check. If there are enemies, we loop through the enemies. This function returns an enemy, which we store in the variable enemy, and we pass it on to our next function, hero command soldiers. So we command soldiers, and at the end, hero also attacks the enemy. And if there is no enemies, we collect gold. So the functions are here. I will just make it full screen. So we loop through the enemies. We now used for each already because it's kind of easier and nicer to use. So we return the target, which we, as we said, store in variable enemy that we pass into next two functions. Then we have attack enemy. Then we have pick gold. We have summon soldiers. And we have command soldiers. Okay. So we played it a couple of times already, and each time you submit it, it becomes harder to win, but I hope it still works. So let's try it out. Otherwise, we will just have to refactor it again a bit. Oh. Pretty tough game. We won't make it. Okay, so as I said, we put it through a couple of times already, so this time it didn't work, but you can see the logic. Now we can go and refactor and try to improve the way we command soldiers, the way we collect gold, and also maybe to play around with this strategy. But the logic is here. Go crazy, play more Code Combat because it's an awesome way to practice. What we like the most with it is that it's not boring, because imagine that you learn all this theory without any practice, purely on your editor. So here you can visually see what you're actually doing. So if you think that this is still pretty hard for you, that you don't understand everything, I would really suggest you to go back, because this is the base. This is the base. Once you know this, everything else, it's easy to learn, but this is like the base. This is the ABC, like the alphabet of programming JavaScript. So if you learn the letters well, so if you learn this syntax, variables, arrays, objects, functions, and you really deeply understand them, then the work in the future will be way, way easier. So go ahead. And next time we continue with a little bit more of theory, and I'm looking forward to see you.